Edmonton has, where that knowing how to win, knowing how to get in the tough areas and win a difficult game. And until they do that, I think Detroit has a really good chance right now.
All right, that is Chris Osgood, a three-time Cup champ with Detroit and now a studio analyst for Fox Sports. Appreciate you joining us. Enjoy the rest of the series, Chris.
All right, thank you, guys.
That 44 save performance, you got to go back. 24 years in a row in the playoffs, as we know. We got to go back before that. The last time there was that many stops by a goaltender, Greg Stephan, in 1987, stopped 46.
In Edmonton. Right.
Well, you remember the game? Yeah.
Game one.
I didn't have that on my chicken scratch that I built, so game one.
Game one of this. The
87 for him is up there. He probably would have faced 46 shots almost every night against
that was an unbelievable night, as I recall. It was a night that everybody thought that the Oilers were on the way to a sweep because they were going to come back after the devastating loss in '86 in the second round, and they were going to then go to the Stanley Cup final. They beat the Flyers in the final.
Which they did. Ron Extall and goal consummate trophy winner.
Greg Stephan stood on his head, and he had little flaps on his pads, and there was a lot made about that for Stephan that night.
You know, it's a fun thing to look in the NHL guide. As you got here, you look back at at those Oiler playoff series, especially around those years. Some of them against Chicago, where they was 5 or 6 game series, and they scored almost 50 goals. They were averaging almost 9 goals a game. It was unbelievable.
Can I tell one quick
Sure. We'll talk break after this.
So the Red Wings win that game. Greg Stephan and ball, and I'm actually producing the game for national television in Canada. We have Dan Kelly, the great Dan Kelly's our play guy. John Davison, who's now in Columbus, is our color man. Dave Hodge is our host. And we go to dinner the next night with Jacques Demers. And over the duration of the dinner, we convinced Jacques that we should do the opening for the national audience live inside the Red Wing locker room.
I don't see a problem with it.
There was enough lubricant involved that by the time we left the restaurant, we had agreed. We were going to be live in the room. So next thing you know, the camera cables are going in the dressing room. The players are looking at us like we're smoking something. And 8 o'clock comes. The guys have been standing for about 3 minutes. They've wanted to go out on the ice for 3 minutes. And there's Hodge standing there saying, "Good evening, everybody. Dave Hodge, welcome to the Stanley Cup playoffs. We're live in the Detroit Red Wing locker room to listen to Jacques Demers' speech to his players." And Jacques gets up and says, "Okay, boys, let's go." And that was it. And they got destroyed. I think the final was 8 or 9-1 for game 2 for the Oilers.
Pulled the players back.
I can only imagine what you owed him after that.
All
right. I think we probably hired him.
Plenty to chew on from last night, and of course what's about to happen tonight. It's only headed for game 2, but lots to talk about, especially in Montreal and in Vancouver. We'll take a break. Hockey Central noon on the Sportsnet radio and television networks, and in the United States on the NHL network. Stay tuned.
This segment of Hockey Central brought to you by Austin Pizza.